Thank you, everybody, for the warm welcome and the opportunity to be here with you today. And why am I in Congress? Because my life story taught me to help people. You know, I have 11 older brothers and sisters. I got 8 girls in a row, 4 boys in a row. But also, I was raised by a single mom my father passed when I was 2. And in that household, one of the things that we were taught is that you got to work together, you got to solve problems, and when life throws you a curveball, you can either give up, roll over and walk away, or you can step up and be part of the solution to make sure that the operation continues and the family can go forward. But I can tell you, and this is why I think it's a life lesson that's helped me in Washington, D.C., and when you're the youngest of 12 and you have to negotiate certain things. I can remember traveling the country, and I can remember, we would pull in the hotel, and we could only afford 1 hotel room, so all like 8 of us with the 3 dogs were in the car, and we'd have to negotiate, where we would sleep. And I would always fight to get in the bathtub, because it's the most comfortable place in the hotel room when you have no other place to sleep. He gets it over there. And I will tell you, that taught me early on that you have to respect each other, you got to listen to each other, you got to negotiate for what you believe in, and you got to come together to solve problems. And that is why I'm so proud of the work we do in the Problem Solvers Caucus. And I thank you, Teresa, for recognizing that in our introduction. Problem Solvers Caucus is a group of members, 24 Republican, 24 Democrats, that 2 years ago came together and said to each other, we're going to create a culture of trust. And when we can find consensus on an issue, we're going to vote as a block of 48 members to support that issue going forward. And we came up with issues on health care, stabilizing the individual marketplace, immigration, some of the most contentious issues that are out there. Even things like gun violence and school safety. And we got to a package. And we got to a package that we thought was reasonable, and where it was 80% of a loaf, which was not a defeat, but was a victory. But one of the things we learned over the last couple of years is that the institution of the House is designed not to reward that type of behavior. It is actually designed to block it. And it's caused a tremendous amount of gridlock. And so right now, one of the things the Problem Solvers Caucus is doing is it's proposing a set of rule changes to the House that will make sure that it rewards that bipartisan behavior, that it rewards consensus building, and it gives us as members the opportunity to be members again. And why is that important to you? Because as we go into the next congressional session, we have an opportunity with a new speaker candidate, and many of us in the Problem Solvers Caucus and elsewhere are saying we will not support a speaker candidate who does not support these rule reforms to get the House of Representatives working for the American people again. And that comes into your world, I believe, in regards to energy policy. Energy policy, to me, is a bipartisan idea and solution that can be put together to address our energy needs and future in America together. And one of the things that I have proposed is what we call the Emerging Energy Technology Credit. Because I want our energy policy in America to be innovating, to be exciting, to be fast-moving. And serving on the Ways and Means Committee, the luxury of being on that committee is we have the pen in our hand to write this tax policy. And so what we have done under the Emerging Energy Technology Credit is to propose a tax incentive for new and innovative energy technologies which scales down as production scales up. The credit is tech neutral, meaning new technologies and advanced retrofits may access the credit. The Energy Sector Innovation Credit will bring energy policy in the tax code back to the essentials of encouraging cutting-edge technologies to break into the market. Instead of picking winners and losers within the energy sector, this proposal bolsters market-driven innovation across electricity-generating technologies. The incentive applies to the value of the energy when it is sold, so unneeded power is not rewarded. It is a market-based and market-driven proposal and credit. The policy encourages new entrants to market with benefits eventually set to sunset for each energy technology as it grows. This will spur innovation in the market and avoids windfalls for proven technologies or propping up unprofitable technologies in perpetuity. Significant improvements to existing electricity generation facilities would qualify for the investment tax credit. Energy technologies can't double dip. By claiming the existing incentives along with this proposed tax credit, and our proposal will encourage more development in energy storage technology. And as we have worked across the aisle, I've also worked across the chamber. Ron Wyden and I have gotten together. We have met personally. We have put our staffs in contact with each other and directed them to drive this policy on the tax code to promote the innovation and exciting new developments in energy, which includes and encompasses things like alternative, renewable, which leads us to that clean energy that we all strive for, that is going to provide for generations of stability, growth, and a better environment for all of us and the generations to come. So I hope you join us in this effort. I hope you use this week to get educated about the tax credit. I hope you will provide us additional input, because we have not dropped the legislative text as of yet. We have put together this in a written proposal, but by no means are we closed off from input. Now is the time to reach out to us, reach out to Senator Wyden's office, reach out to our partners across the spectrums, and say this is an additional area you may want to consider. And with that input, I think we can get this right, and we will solve problems for generations to come. Question?
I'll make one comment. I think in this divisive environment we're in, I applaud in all bipartisan efforts. So a big hand for everybody for representing.
Thank you. That means a lot, and I appreciate that recognition. But I will tell you, it's not just us. I mean, I co-chaired on the Republican side, Josh Gottheimer, my good friend from New Jersey, on the Democratic side. But these are 48 members of Congress that are joining with the American people and just saying enough is enough. We got to start working together to solve the problems for all Americans, because that's what we are at the end of the day. So thank you for having me, and I appreciate the opportunity to have this conversation. Thank you, Teresa. Take care.